President Trump is putting pressure on the Senate to slash billions in spending, including more than $1 billion for public broadcasting.
Good Day Maine's Greg Lagerquist is on the Waste Watch this morning, breaking down the debate and what it could mean for Maine.
Yes, the Republican-led House already passed what's known as the rescission package to claw back about $9.4 billion in federal spending, most for foreign aid programs through USAID. But there is another $1.1 billion for public broadcasting, which would eliminate almost all federal funding for NPR and PBS. Now, here in Maine, the head of Maine Public says that would cut more than $5 million over 2 years, or about 12% of its budget. Maine Senator Angus King, who you may recall used to host programs on Maine Public Broadcasting more than 30 years ago, spoke during Tuesday's Senate debate against all of the cuts.
By the way, it is a total rescission. It's not selective cutting of certain programs or partially. It's the whole thing, both in the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and USAID, go from bad policy to downright dangerous.
But there's even more attention on Maine Senator Susan Collins, once again a potential swing vote. So far, she's pushing back on much of the foreign aid cuts. And while she has accused NPR or National Public Radio of liberal bias and supports some cuts there, she says most of the money going to public broadcasting is important to Maine.
The vast majority of this funding, more than 70%, actually flows to local television and radio stations. In Maine, this funding supports everything from emergency communications in rural areas to coverage of high school basketball championships and a locally produced high school quiz show.
Collins says she is working to find other ways to save taxpayer money without gutting these programs. But so far, Senate GOP leader John Thune says they're looking for only, quote, modest changes to the bill, even as President Trump wants all the cuts and wants it on his desk by Friday. For Good Day Maine, I'm Greg Lagerquist. We'll see you tonight on CBS 13 News, starting live at 5.